I'm excited to introduce our next speaker. Hayley Stavenger is a passionate educator, performer, and advocate for the arts. She holds a bachelor's degree in theater arts with a double emphasis in acting and costume design, as well as a minor in psychology, so she can put on a show and analyze why you're crying of it. Her career has been driven by a deep belief in the transformative power of creative expression. Tonight, she will take us on a journey through the importance of arts, through history and life itself. Please welcome Hayley Stavenger.
I wish I could have coffee with my 11-year-old self. If I told her that she would someday be speaking at a TEDx event, I don't think she would believe me. I don't think she would respond at all, because she couldn't. All throughout my childhood, I suffered from what I now recognize as an often crippling form of social anxiety, one side effect of which was selective mutism. Despite the name, individuals with selective mutism can't choose when they can and cannot speak. When I was 11 years old, I was failing geography. Not because I didn't understand the material, or because I wasn't doing the work, but because I didn't know how to turn it in. For most people, this would be a really easy problem to solve. Just ask. But I couldn't. I didn't know it at the time, but I was already well on my journey to finding my voice. My parents enrolled me in dance classes. I went every week, and I competed in multiple different styles of dance with a group of dancers. This was my first form of creative expression. The next form would be music. In 6th grade, where I went to school, all students were required to choose between choir and band. My older brother had chosen band. He learned to play the trumpet. This meant that he practiced his trumpet for many hours every week in our house. Because of this, my parents paid me to choose choir. And I loved it. However, when I got to high school, I found out you had to audition to be in choir. This meant standing up in front of the entire rest of the class and singing by yourself with only the piano to accompany you. And I couldn't do it. So I quit. But my choir director came and found me, and he told me that he wanted me to continue with choir. He told me that I could come with a friend, that I didn't have to sing by myself. I could audition with somebody else, and we could come at break time, so there would be nobody else watching. And so I did that, and I got back into choir. And this would be another huge step in me finding my voice. High school in general was very stressful for me. The social stresses, the pressure to speak in classes, and the chaos in the corridors was a lot for me to handle. My art teacher recognized this. She turned her classroom into a safe space for people like myself to go and relax. In that classroom, I learned to express myself through paintings and sculpture. While I still struggled to use my voice, I could speak in the form of acrylic and clay. The final push would come when I got to university. I saw a sign posted for auditions for the play called A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was already familiar with this play. I knew that it had fairies in it, and I really wanted to be a fairy. Some of the fairies in this play only have 1 or 2 lines. Sometimes there's productions that cast fairies that don't speak at all. So I pushed myself to go and audition. I waited at the back of the room until everybody else had auditioned. And only then did I go up and say the provided lines to the director. And I was cast in A Midsummer Night's Dream. Much to my disappointment, though, I was not cast as a fairy. I was cast as Hermia. Hermia is a human, and she has a lot of lines. I am able to stand on this stage and speak to you all tonight because I didn't need to speak in order to dance. I'm able to stand on this stage and speak tonight because my music teacher, Mr. Walworth, made accommodations for me to be able to participate in his class. I'm able to stand on this stage and speak tonight because my art teacher, Miss Wallace, provided a safe space for people to learn to express themselves. And I'm able to stand on this stage and speak tonight because my drama teacher, Mr. Parker, saw a potential in me that I didn't even see in myself. And he taught me to say, I can, and I will, instead of I can't. The haka is a traditional Maori war dance. It is now performed at celebrations, ceremonies, and sporting events. My high school growing up had many Pacific Islanders on the sports teams. They learned the haka from their parents, and they performed it before all of the football games. This helped them connect to their cultural roots, even though they were thousands of miles away from it. Just a few weeks ago, the haka was performed by Ukrainian soldiers in honor of Dominic Abilene. Dominic Abilene was a New Zealander soldier of Maori descent. He died in 2022 fighting the war in Ukraine. He also served in the war in Iraq. His body was returned to Ukraine a few weeks ago so that his fellow soldiers could honor their fallen comrade. Cooped is a powerful dance piece choreographed by Jamar Roberts. It looks into the themes of helplessness and isolation. Roberts choreographed, performed, and recorded this dance during the COVID-19 pandemic. Years later, it would become a focal point in the Black Lives Matter movement, as it captured the collective pain of the Black community. Le Marseillaise is a song written during the French Revolution in 1792. It calls out against tyranny and calls for people to fight for freedom. 3 years later, Le Marseillaise would become the French national anthem. Through his reggae music, Bob Marley highlighted social issues such as poverty, war, and racial injustice. His songs like Get Up, Stand Up and the Redemption Song would become anthems for empowerment and resistance. Moving to the visual arts, the elusive street artist, Banksy, creates murals based on consumerism, war, and commercialism. His works of art pop up in unexpected and very public places, forcing viewers to confront these social issues surrounding them. Frida Kahlo is a famous Mexican painter. She suffered lifelong injuries after a bus accident, and she used her artwork to portray her physical and emotional pain. Her artwork often featured traditional Mexican folklore and folk art, as well as symbolism. Her work also became icons in feminist movements because they spoke about the roles of women in society. Moving on to theater. Bertolt Brecht was a German playwright. He is best known for his revolutionary approach to the theater. Brecht believed that you should be critical about the plays that you're watching, that the audience was meant to go there to learn something, not to become emotionally attached to the play or the characters. Brecht's plays, such as The Threepenny Opera or Mother Courage and Her Children, spoke out about war and commercialism and were widely critiqued by the oppressive systems of his time. Brecht was forced to flee from Nazi Germany in 1933. He made his way to the United States, where he would continue to write plays as an act of resistance, even in exile. The Crucible is a very famous play written by Arthur Miller. This is a play that is studied widely across US and UK curriculums, and on the surface, The Crucible is written about the Salem witch trials. However, Miller actually wrote The Crucible as an allegory for the McCarthy-era witch hunts of his time. Senator McCarthy led a campaign to root out suspected communists in the government, Hollywood, and other social sectors. He used fear, propaganda, accusations, and public trials to ruin people's lives and careers. Miller used the Salem witch trials as a parallel to show how innocent people can be condemned based on personal vendettas and very little evidence against them. The importance of the arts lies not just in its ability to entertain, but in its abilities to speak truth and understanding. This is why it is vitally important that it is both funded and supported, so that others, like myself, can find their voice. you.